Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a 45 Pilates routine today. We're going to use a little bit of equipment. We're going to use a ball, and we're going to use a band. So long band, try to get those couple of things. And we're going to go ahead and get started straight away. I'm going to pitch it to a fairly intermediate level. I'll offer ways to advance and offer ways to kind of regress certain exercises, but listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right, just kind of dial it back, take a little break at any time you need to. Make sure things don't get into your lower back or into your shoulders or your neck, or especially the neck. So if you feel tension in those places, that's when you know that you need to kind of pull things back or take a little deep breath in. All right, we're going to start with a quick posture check. Just standing at the end of your mat, have a look at your feet. Feet should be hip width apart with toes and heels in a line. Now just lift your kneecaps slightly, just engaging the front of the legs, and then lift your glutes, engaging the back of the legs, and start engaging your abdominals, buttoning your ribs towards your hips, drawing the belly button in, slide the shoulders down the back, and then lift your arms up overhead. As you breathe out, just float up onto your toes, relaxing the shoulders further down away from the ears. And then inhale, lower the heels down as you reach your arms out to the side. Drop your chin to your chest, round the spine, and start dropping that head down towards the mat. Keeping the legs straight, just folding over your legs until you're all the way down, as low as you can go. Again, scoop and hollow the abdominals, add a little pelvic floor lift, and nod your head just to completely relax your neck. Good. Now sway your arms side to side. If you can touch the mat, sweeping the fingertips across the mat. If you don't touch the mat, just swinging those arms, moving the hips in opposite direction from the shoulders. Go 2 more times, forward and back. Then come back to your center point and bend your knees. Get your hands down to the mat and start walking forward. Breathing out as you come forward into your high plank. Lift your head, slide the shoulders down the back, zip the core in tight, and then inhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Exhale, lift the knees back up. Inhale, tap the knees down. Exhale, lift. Try not to drop the hips as those knees go down. Just kind of roll, almost pull the knees forward, coming onto the very tips of your toes to get the knees down. Last 2, and lift. 1 more, lift and hold, and then lift your hips all the way up. Walk your feet in slightly to get your heels down into the mat, holding your downward dog stretch. Take another big breath in, and then as you breathe out, walk your hands back towards your feet. Check that your feet are still parallel, still hip width apart. Bend knees around the spine and start articulating every joint as you roll back up into a nice straight back. Once your head comes up, I want you just to roll your shoulders back 2 times back, and then 2 times rolling them forward. Just slide the shoulders down the back. When you lace your fingers behind the back, lift your arms and hinge yourself forward. Try to spread your toes really wide. And then just drop your chest down towards the knees. Again, nod the head. So just bounce the arms a little further away from the body. And then just hang there for a moment. Let the hands go. Let them drop down to the mat. Bend your knees, hands to the mat. Walk forward into your plank. And I want you to drop all the way down into a low plank. Down onto your elbows. Drop your hips. Lift your head, slide your shoulders down the back. We're just going to paddle through the knees. Right knee touches, left touches, right to left. Keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really pressing the mat away with those elbows. Last one, lift both knees up. Now I want you to walk your feet a little closer together and really squeeze your heels, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your glutes. Lift your head again, maybe drop the hips slightly, and with your left leg bent, or left ankle bent, we're gonna lift that left leg up and down. So with the flex foot, stay there. 8, 7, 6. If this feels too strong, just keep the foot down. Last 2, and 1. Left toe comes into the mat, right leg lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels or both toes down to the mat. I'm going to drop your knees down and sit back onto your heels. Just stretching your arms, stretch your back, rest your head for a moment. Big cleansing breath. And we're going to come back up into a high plank. So shoulders over the hands, tuck the toes under, lift your knees up, lift your right leg up and reach it high to the ceiling. Drop the knee under the body to the opposite elbow. Inhale, lift the toe high. Exhale, drop the knee low. 2 more on this side. Lift and lower. Try to keep your left leg, your supporting leg straight. Last one. And lower, hold the last one, knee to elbow for 3, 2, 1. Back to your plank. Left leg goes up, reach it up to the ceiling. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. High to low. Last one. Again, we're going to hold the knee to that elbow for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your plank. Drop your knees and sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms. Rest your head. Okay, change positions. Just coming onto your back. And then we're going to grab your ball. Coming all the way down. Let's place the ball between your ankles. Have your hips, button your ribs towards your hips. Draw the abdominals in. Try to maintain a neutral spine. A little bit of a gap under your lower back. Breathe into the sides of the rib cage, and as you breathe out, contract the ribs down. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach your hands in front of you, and pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Now, if you want to advance this, stretch your legs out. And 2, 3, 4. Look towards your abdominals. Keep the abdominals pulling down. Don't let them dome up or tent at all. 2 more breaths. Breathe out. Now, again, if you want to dial it back, you just pull those knees in. You can take a hand behind the head. 2, 3, 4. Last breath. Breathing in for 4 beats. And 2, 3, 4. Good. Now drop your shoulders. Pull your knees in if they're not already there. Then take your hands behind your head. Elbows wide. Relax your shoulders. Sink your ribs down. Narrow the waist. Lift your pelvic floor. We're going to peel the shoulders up. Keep the shoulders up as you lower the toes down the mat. Knees stay bent. Exhale, lift the knees up. Inhale, tap the toes down to the mat. Exhale, lift the knees up. Now, if you want to modify this, just come halfway down. You don't need to do the full range of motion. Make sure you maintain your abdominal connection. Keep your shoulders relaxed again. Nice long neck. Last 2. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Down and up. And then just drop the shoulders back. Hug your knees in. Keep your ball between your ankles for the moment. Now take your hands behind the head. We're going to lift the head, lift the shoulders, stretch your legs long, roll the right leg over left, squeeze the ball, twist towards your right leg, lift the left elbow, left shoulder. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, bend the knees, pull everything in. And with your exhale, shoulders high, legs long, the left leg rolls over the right, get the leg straight, twist towards your left, lift the right shoulder, right elbow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shoulders, pull the knees, and make sure you still have a good grip on that ball. We're going to go 1 more time each way. Shoulders up, legs long, right leg over the left. Lock the knees out, twist towards your right leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, shoulders down, bend the knees. Last one. Shoulders up, stretch the legs, squeeze the ball, roll it between the legs. Left leg on top, twist to your left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, pass the ball to your hands. Use that ball to hug your knees in and just add a little movement side to side, just massaging out any tension through your lower back. Now hold the ball tight in your hands and extend your arms behind your head. Extend your legs out in front of you so you stretch right through the middle of the mat. Inhale, start to lengthen your spine and your arms a little longer. Then exhale, squeezing the ball. Lift the hands over your head. Lift your head. Start peeling your spine up off the mat. Try to keep your feet down. Stretch forwards. Breathe in, articulate back into a straight back, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out around the spine, point the toes, squeeze the legs together as you slowly come down 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms behind. Exhale, curling up. Stretch forwards. And again, inhale, articulate, shoulders down, rounded spine, leading with the lower back, engaging the legs as you roll down, squeezing the legs together, stretching them long. Last one, inhale to hold, exhale to roll up, stretching through those legs, stretch forward, and then straighten up the back. We're going to come halfway back now. Hold here, click the shoulders back, lift the chin, lift the chest, pass the ball to your left hand. Reach it behind you. Inhale, pass the ball to the right hand. Reach to the back corner of the room. Keep the hips level. Keep the feet zipped together. Twist and center and twist and center. For 4, really reaching the arm long, that ball, reaching into the back corner of the room. Last 2, no movement through the hips. It's like the legs are sinking into the cement. Last 1, back to the center, squeeze your ball again, relax your shoulders, come down an inch, take a little sip of breath, go down an inch, little inhale, and then come all the way down. Good, drop your ball away, hug your knees in, rock side to side. And then just hold your right knee as you extend your left leg out. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, lower back presses into the mat. Switch the leg. Strong exhale. Each knee pulls. Stay here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold the right knee in. Take your hands behind your head. We're going to lower that leg. Exhale, lift it back up. Lower and lift. One more time. Down and up. Switch the legs 3 times. Lower and lift. Breathe in again. If you want to modify smaller range of motion, if you want to make it big, then that's going to be more advanced. One more. Down and up. Drop the shoulders back. Hug your knees in. A little bit of movement side to side. Good. Now pick up your ball again. Take your feet down to the mat. And we're going to lift the hips up and balance on our ball. So the ball goes between your hip bones and your tailbone. If you don't have a ball, feel free to grab like a bunched up towel or anything else. Even a small tennis ball will work. Lift your knees up to tabletop. Lay your hands across the abdomen. Shrink your muscles down away from your hands. Really lift the perineum, lift the pelvic floor, and then flex your feet. So pull your toes in. We're going to lower the right foot down to the mat. I want both the heel and the toes to be resting on the floor. But you can slide a piece of paper out from underneath it. So no weight into that foot. Left foot comes down. Same again. Heels and feet touching, but no weight. Lift your right knee up. Take a little sip of breath and then exhale. Lift your left knee up. Make the abdominals. Maintain that deep abdominal connection. Keep everything pulling in tight. Right foot comes down. Hold it there. Follow with your left foot. Both heels and the balls of the feet and the toes on the mat. Lift the right knee up and lift your left knee up. Just keep moving, cycling through those movements. One foot down, hold. Try to abdominal, like just deepen your abdominal scoop. Lift one knee, lift the other knee. Now let's lift your fingertips up to the ceiling and change the leading leg to our left leg. So left leg comes down first. Follow with the right. Make sure those ribs stay down on the mat. Left knee up, right knee up. One more time, leading that left foot. Left foot comes down. Follow with the right. Lift your left knee, lift your right knee, and hold. Now again, just imagine a pool of water in your belly button. Just deep in that pool. Extend your right arm and your left leg. This time the leg goes long, the thumb touches the floor behind you. Breathe out as the hand and knee come back to that starting point. Lock one arm and one knee in place as the other arm and leg extend, reaching to the wall in front of and behind you. So extend one arm and leg, and then draw everything back. Think about those ribs, the lowest back ribs staying down on the mat as you extend and bend. One more time each way. Out and back. Last one. Out and back. And then just grab your knees with your hands. Hug your knees into your chest. Have a little roll around on that ball. And then try to get your legs straight, holding the backs of the calves, working those legs into a long, straight line and pulling the legs in towards your chest. Good. Flex your feet. Just give the backs of the hamstrings a little bit of a rub, and then take your feet down to the mat. Lift your hips up off of the ball, and then drag your chin into your chest and roll up to sitting. Flip over to all fours. Now I'm going to do basically a similar movement to what we were just doing on the ball, but flipping it over. So it's really good for your transverse abdominis, your deep abdominal end, anything that supports your spine, gets the mobility going in your spine. We're going to extend your right arm and left leg. Stretch it long. We're just going to tap the hand and the toe down to the mat and then lift back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Try to stay balanced on that left hand and your right knee. Keep your ribs pointing towards your hips. Don't let the ribcage sink down towards the floor. Imagine you're balancing a teacup in the middle of the back. Last 2. Hold the next one up. Stretch the fingers to reach the toe. Lift hand and foot a touch higher. And then reach the hand and foot out to the edges of your mat, maybe out right up to the sidewalls. Inhale, come back to that center line. Exhale, go past the corners of the mat. See how far, how wide you can go without dropping the hand and foot down to the floor. Each time you come back to the center line, stretch and lift the hand and foot maybe a touch higher. There's a tendency to let gravity take hold as that hand and foot go out to the side, so just readdress that, realign. Last two, reaching out and back. Imagine wiping off the shelf, so don't let the hand or the foot drop. Last one, and back. Now before we change sides, we just draw the elbow, draw the knee, drop your chin around your spine, pulling everything in. Inhale, stretch it back out. So empty your lungs. Draw the belly button in, pull the knee, pull the elbow, pull the chin in. Inhale, straighten back out. Make your head here. So use the breath. Exhale. Empty, tightening the abdominals. Inhale, fill the lungs as you stretch back out. Last one, empty the lungs. And then fill the lungs. And then hand and knee come back down to the mat. And we're going to go to the other side. So left arm, right leg. Pull the ribs up and in. And we just tap and lift. Down and up. For 4, stretching long. 3, imagine that teacup resting in the middle of your back. Last one, up and hold. Now we sweep the hand and foot out to the side. Back to the midline. Out to the side. Back to the center. 4 more. Again, stretching each time you come back to that center line. Stretch and lift a touch higher. 3. Last 2. And 1. Out to the center. Back to your midline. And then breathe out. Drop your chin. Pull your elbow in. Pull the knee in. Inhale. Fill the lungs as the arms and legs stretch out. Exhale. Empty the lungs. Tighten the abdominals. Inhale. Stretch. 4 more. Tuck. And reach. And 3. Last 2. 1 more. Tuck. And reach. Lift a little higher. And then take your hand and knee down to the mat. Now while we're working on our spine, I mean, just take your left arm, thread it through your body. Keep reaching it all the way through. Right arm then goes up to the ceiling, hips above your knees. Breathe in. Imagine an umbrella breath, expanding the rib cage as you inhale. As you exhale, take that right hand down. Left hand comes back through, lifting the left hand up to the ceiling. And then back down to the mat. Now changing sides, right arm threads through. Keep sliding it across the mat. So the head and shoulders down, left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale, expand the rib cage. And then as you exhale, drop the left hand down. Take the right hand back through the body and fingertips up to the ceiling. Good. Hand comes down to the mat. And let's change positions. I want you to pick up your band and flip onto your back. Now wrap the band around your foot. And let's start with the right foot. So right foot pointing up to the ceiling. The band is around that foot. Sink your shoulders down. Keep your elbows down. Zip the core in tight. And then as you breathe out, lift your hips up off the mat. Stretch that foot into the band. Inhale, lower the hips back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's stay here for 4, 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up, really pressing into that left foot. Inhale, lower your right leg down. Exhale, lift it back up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay there for 4. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep pressing to your left heel. Last 2. And 1. Lift the foot up, drop the hips down, and switch feet into the band. So left foot goes into the band, right foot down on the mat, shoulders relaxed. And then press into your right heel to get the hips up. Inhale, drop them down. Try to get that left leg straight. Imagine balancing something on the sole of your foot. Heel above the knee, knee above the hip. Stay there for 3 and 2. Hold the last one up. And then exhale, lower that leg down. Inhale, lift it back up. And drop. Just look down the body. Right knee should be in line with your hips. Your pelvis should be level. And lift. Last 3, 2, and 1. Down and up. And then drop the hips down. I want you to place both feet into your band. Get the legs as straight as you can. Cross the band. You got a little X, and then just lengthen. Let the full length of that band come into your hands. And then lower your feet down to the mat. Exhale, lift them back up. Lower the feet and lift. 2 more times. Down and up. And last one. Down and up. Now you lower your feet as you lift your head and roll yourself all the way up. Take your hands down to your sides. Now grab your bands a little shorter and really straighten and lengthen your spine. Imagine string out of the top of the head. Really wrap the corset muscles tight around your middle to maintain that length. Pull your elbows back, pull your shoulder blades together, shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, arms forward, exhale, pull back. Good. Stay there for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the arms forward, turn the palms down. We're gonna lift the elbows up, over, back, and around, drawing circles with your elbows. Up, over, back, and around. So imagine somebody's pulling your elbows up and behind you. The hands should be just below the elbows as the elbows go up over the shoulders. Last 2 and 1. Now let's reverse the circles. Let's do 4 the other way. So feel the mobility through the shoulders. It should feel good as much as it's strengthening. Last 2 and 1. Good. Now just fold over your legs. Start coming into a stretch. Slide a little bit more length. Give yourself a little more length in the band. Button your elbows to you. So elbows are above and behind the spine. And then stretch your arms out. Extend the arms. Bend your elbows and extend. So working into our triceps here. Flex your feet. Pull your toes into the body. Keep the elbows wrapped around. Keep your shoulder blades together behind your back. Stay here for 8 and 7. Trying to hold that extension. Extend, hold, and then release. Extend, hold, and release. So just holding that extension. A little pause. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Good. Now let's take the band away and lean back. Pull your knees in. Just kind of wrap your hands around your knees, pulling them in as close as you can. Now take your hands down along the sides of your legs. We're going to open the arms out as you lower the legs down. Keep it really slow. Pull everything back together. Open the arms out. Stretch the legs. Stretch the chest. And then pull it back together. Maybe holding the ankles. Open out. Pull it back together. Try to touch those ankles with the fingertips. Open out. Pull it back together. Last 3 and 2. Last 1. And then feet down to the mat and straighten up your back. Good. Okay, let's grab that band once again. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water now, about halfway through. So take a little pause. So we're going to work into the sides of the legs for a moment. You lay your band over the top of your knees, cross it underneath, and then hold it on top. Shift yourself onto your side, and then stretch your upper body out nice and long through the end of your mat. Swing your feet forward so that they're at the front edge of your mat. Draw the abdominals in and lift your knee and your foot. Try not to let the foot go any higher than the knee. Lift and lower, pressing that knee into that band, making sure you're not rocking the hips back at all to get that knee up. So imagine a wall right behind you. We can't use momentum swinging that leg up. Let's aim for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold the last one. Now just little jiggle, little pulse with that leg up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And try to relax your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Last 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees together, feet together. I want you to float the feet up, point your toes. Exhale, open the knees out and lower. Lift and lower. Stretch that knee up into that band. Let's aim for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Now you'd extend the leg, pull the toes back together, touch the toes, extend the leg. That bottom foot stays up. Tap the toes, extend, tap the toes for 4 and 3. Last 2. And 1. Toes back together, feet down, knees down. Pat out any tension through that top leg. Take your band away. Drop it behind you, and we're going to stretch the legs, extend your arm, pull your top shoulder back, and wrap the hands around your waist. Find a little gap, a little space at the narrowest part of the waist. Lift your feet up off the mat. Now we're going to squeeze the legs together. Now take this hand, reach it up to the ceiling, button your ribs towards your hips, tilt the pelvis slightly so your tailbone is reaching towards your heels, and then float your top leg up. Small circles with the top leg. No movement anywhere else in the body. Keep your breath flowing. So there's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now float your top leg a little higher. Lift the lower leg up. Touch that foot. Touch the floor. So lower leg squeezing the inner thighs together. Zipping the inner thigh, knees and ankles. So there 4, and 3, 2. Hold the last 1. Now let's take your hand down, and we're going to do a bicycle pedal with this top leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your pedaling. 4. Lower leg stays hovering up off the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the leg out. Lift it up and down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet back together. Lift the hands up to the ceiling. Zip the belly button in tighter and scissor both legs. 4, 3. Slow movements, kicking both directions. 2. Last 1. Legs come back together. I want you to lift your head. Take your hand down to the side of the legs. Lift your feet up into those hands, and then drop the head. Drop the feet. Hand goes back to the ceiling. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So find your balance. Lengthening from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Strengthen this oblique at the top. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Turn your toes out. Heels together. Little heel clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the feet down. Drop your knee forward. And pat out any tension if you're feeling tension through that top leg. And then open your arms out to a wide T. Try to connect the back of your hand down to the floor as that knee connects to the front. And then circle your back arm around over your head, past the front arm, past your legs. Look over the shoulders. It reaches to that back wall. And then reverse your circles. Take it past the leg, past the hands, over your head. And again, to that back wall. Just hold there. Stretch both arms a little longer, reaching through your fingertips. And then close the hand up to the ceiling, closing it like a book until those hands kind of come back together. And then stretch your legs out, flip over to the other side. I'm going to start with that band. Lay the band over the top of your knees. Cross it under, hold it on top, so you got that double wrap. If you don't have a band but do have a loop will also work. So prop your head up, swing your feet forward, and if you don't have a loop or a band, just use the weight of your leg or pressing your hand into your legs. You can use this to add that resistance. Let's go for 12. 3, 4, coming down now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep your neck long, keep your core relaxed. Make sure you're not swinging or using any momentum. Last 2. Hold the next one up. Double time. Little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now drop the feet, drop the knees, float the toes back up, point your toes, exhale, lift the knee and lower, lift and lower. 8 more. 7, 6, feel this muscle working, the side butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the last one. Now extend the leg, pull the knees back and touch the toes, extend the leg, toes touch for 6, and reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes back together, drop the feet, drop the knees, take your band away. Pop it behind you. Extend your arm, extend your legs, shoulders away from the ears. Slide your hand around the waist. Find that gap at the narrowest part of the waist. Lift both feet up off the mat. Scoop the abdominals in. Let's lift this hand to the ceiling. Lift your top leg a little higher and small circles within your top leg. Lower leg stays hovering up off the mat. Ribs to hips. Make sure the core is tight. Tailbone reaching towards your heels. Little pelvic floor lift. Stay there. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circles. Now keep the lower leg really strong and engaged. We're kind of stretching through that toe of that lower leg, lifting your kneecap to keep the legs strong and straight. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift the bottom leg, tap the foot, squeeze the inner thighs together and release. Squeeze and release. Stay there. 6 and 5. Squeeze. Squeeze. Last 3, 2, hold the last one up. Take your hand down to stabilize. I'm going to pedal, bicycle pedal that front leg for 4. Now top leg. 3, 2, and 1. Make the movement slow. Reverse it. 4 the other way. Lower leg still hovering off the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg. Lift up and down for 4. And 3. Straight leg. Lower leg still up off the mat. 2, and 1. Legs come back together. Float your hand up. Zip the core tighter. Hold your abdominals tight like a vice. Scissor the legs. 4, 3. No movement through the pelvis. No movement through the upper body. Last 1. Legs come back together. Squeeze the legs together. Lift the head. Hand comes down to the side of the leg. Inhale. Lower the head. Lower the feet. Exhale. Lift and lower. Stay there for 4. Again, oblique muscle, this muscle here at the top of the waist, tightening, ribs to hips on that top side. Last 2. We're going to hold the last one. Just kind of walk your hands a little further down. Like turn your toes up, click your heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the feet down. Drop your top knee forward. Stretch your arms out into a wide T. Back of the hand, of your back hand touches the floor, while keeping your knee on the floor in front. Circle that arm over your head, past the arm in front, down, past the legs, sweeping it back. Reverse your circle, sweep it down past the legs, past the arm, over your head, all the way back. And once your arm is back to that back wall, just stretch through the fingertips. Extend those arms a little longer, and then close the back arm to the front like a book, up to the ceiling, and all the way down until the palms come back together. Good. Now draw your knees back together. And we're going to do a quick roll like a ball, just to massage out any tension through the lower back, and also just to get you up to standing. So I want you to balance just behind your sit bones, open your elbows out, round the spine, roll back to your shoulders, up to your balance. Just 1 more, and this time when you come up into your balance, I'm going to come all the way up to standing. So roll back to your shoulders, up, and then so you can cross your feet and power yourself up to a stand. Excellent. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water, and then grab your ball. I'm going to do 1 more exercise for the legs, 1 more exercise for your back, and then a good stretch to finish. So I want you to turn your toes out, hold your ball tight in your hands in front of your chest, bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. So try to wrap your knees around to that wall behind you, relax your shoulders, then string out of the top of the head, ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips are all stacked, one on top of the other. Last 2. Stay down and hold. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Try to scoop the abdominals, tilt the pelvis slightly, and reach the arms out in front of you and peel your right heel up. Inhale, stretch the legs. Exhale, bend. High to low. Lift through the crown of the head, squeeze the glutes, and then drop as low as you can. Stay there. 4 more. 3. Then ribs to hips, so don't arch into that lower back. Last one, hold it low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold, drop the right heel, lift the left, arms overhead. Inhale, stretch, and bend. High to low. Again, narrowing the waist. Stay here for 4, and 3. Engage the core a little bit more as you come down into that squat. Hold it low, tuck the tailbone, relax your shoulders, pulse low. 8, 7, 6, little squeeze on the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ball to the chest. Both heels up. Breathe in, stretch the legs. Breathe out, bend the knees. High to low. Knees track over your toes, out to the side walls. Tailbone drops heavy towards the floor. 4 more. Squeezing that ball each time. 3. Last 2. Hold it low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stay there. Heels a little higher, hips a little lower, knees a little wider for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the legs, drop your heels, turn your toes forward. Take the ball down to the mat. And just fold over your legs. Roll the ball over to your right foot. Bend your right knee. Stretch the inside of your left leg, so left leg stays straight. And then lift your right hand up to the ceiling, left hand on that ball. And then take the right hand down, roll it over to your left foot. Bend the left knee, stretch the inside of the right leg. Right hand on the ball as the left arm goes up to the ceiling. Back down. Roll the ball back to the center, let your head hang. Turn your toes out, soften your knees, and roll yourself back up to standing. You just kind of shake your hips a little bit either way. Circle the hips around. Good. All right, let's come back down to our mat. And we're going to come all the way down onto your front. Now we're going to take the ball and place it at the end of your mat, resting your hands on top of your ball. Draw your belly button up away from the mat, just find a millimeter of space between your abdominals and the mat to tilt the pelvis slightly so the pubic bone is a little heavier than your hip bones. And then roll that ball in as you lift your chest and roll it away. Lift the chest, roll the ball in, roll it away. Now if you don't have a ball, you can also slide your hands in, slide them away. 2 more like that. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Now just pop your ball to the side. And I want you to reach your hands out to the corners of the mat. Take your feet out to the corners of the mat. So your arms and legs are like an X through your mat. I want you to lift your right arm and left leg, stretch the fingers, stretch the toes, keep the chest up, and then switch. Left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. So a slow flutter. Chest stays high, core stays strong. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come back down to the mat. That little rock side to side with that pelvis. Take your hands down along the sides of your legs. And then lift the chest. Keep the feet on the mat. Turn the pinkies up to the ceiling. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more here. Up and down. This last one, I'm going to lift the legs up as well as the chest. Turn the pinkies up to the ceiling. And inhale, lower everything back down. Exhale, lift up and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale down. Zip the core a little tighter. Scoop the abdominals in. Last one. Lift up and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax it down. Take your hands. Rest your chin on top of your hands. Just kind of fold it in front of you. Heels together, knees out to the side like frog legs. I'm going to flex your feet. Imagine you could balance something on the soles of your feet. Keep your chin on those hands as you lift your knees up off the mat. Squeeze your glutes. The top of the glute, where your glute meets your lower back. Stay there for 6 and 5. Keep squeezing the heels tight. Get those knees up. Keep the belly button pulled in. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and then hold the last one up to squeeze the heels, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down, hands under your shoulders, and I want you to sit back onto your heels, stretching the arms out in front of you, getting a nice stretch through your lower back. And then hinge yourself forward, dropping the hips low, toes touch behind you, angle your fingers in towards each other, drop the elbows out to the side walls as you drop the chest down to the mat. Exhale, press the mat away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. One more, all the way down, all the way up. Once you're up, slide your shoulders down, press your hips a little further forward, squeeze the glutes, and come halfway down, hold. Go one click lower and hold. Go as low as you can, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten up the arms, slide the shoulders down, lift the head slightly. One more time, down in 3 clicks, halfway down. A touch lower, a little lower, still hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten everything up, shoulders down. Big breath in, and again, we go one click down, a little lower, and then as low as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then press back, sit all the way back onto your heels. Extend your arms out in front of you. Take your right hand to the right edge of your mat, off the edge of that mat. Left hand stacks on top. Stretch the hands to the right corner of the room as you sit back into your left heel. And then left hand to the left edge of the mat, right hand stacks on top. Sit back into your right heel. Good, and hands back to the center of your mat. Flip over and find your ball one more time. So we're going to do some ball passes, passing the ball from your hands to your ankles with the body stretched out nice and long. So just hold that ball in your hands, stretch your body out, sink your ribs down, breathe out, lift your legs up, pass the ball to your ankles, squeeze the ball tight, inhale, lower the arms and legs, touch the mat, exhale, pass the ball back to your hands, inhale, lower the arms and legs down, exhale it down. If you want to modify this, we just bend the knees, keep the feet closer to the body, or don't do the full range of motion, just come halfway down. We don't need to get down to that mat if you've lost that abdominal connection. Use your breath, big exhale to lift, inhale to lower, never holding the breath, exhale up, inhale down, stay here for 4, 3, we squeeze that ball each time with the hands, with the ankles, last 2, and 1. Good. Just drop the legs, let the arms flop, take a deep breath in. Just going to kick your ball away, find your band, and wrap the band around your right foot. Extend your left leg out, sink your shoulders down. Try to tilt your pelvis forward slightly to find a little space under your lower back. Just ease the knee out, just maybe one hand on the knee as the other hand holds the band, just getting that leg as straight as you can, giving that knee a little bit of a massage at the same time. And then drop your leg out to the side for an inner thigh stretch. Turn your head the opposite direction. Hold for a big exhale. Then cross the leg over. Turn your head the other way as the leg crosses the body. Keep the right hip down as that right leg crosses over to your left side. Circle your foot, just circling at the ankle. Reverse your circles, and then pull the band, kick the heel away, and then come back to your midline and switch legs. So left foot goes into your band, right leg out long. Ease that left knee away as you pull the foot in. Again, a little bit of massage around that knee, just kind of moving the kneecap around, just feeling those muscles around the knee. Big exhale. Just again, pull that leg in. And then drop the leg out for your inner thigh stretch, turning your head to the right as the leg drops out to your left, trying to keep your right hip down. And then lift the leg back to the center, switch hands, and then cross the leg over as the head turns to the left. The foot drops out to the right, kick that heel away, circle your foot a couple of times each way. And then pull the band, and then come back to the center, pull it one more time here. And then drop your band, cross your right ankle over your left knee, use your right hand, press your right knee away as you pull your left knee in. So really trying to open out those hips, get that figure 4 through those legs, and then take your right hand around the back of your left thigh. Sink your shoulders down into the mat and breathe. Good. Switch the cross of the leg, so the left ankle is over the right knee, left hand presses the left knee away as the right hand pulls the right knee in. Just try to open out those hips, pull that knee into the chest. Big exhale, and then just snake that left hand around the back of the right thigh. Open out your shoulders, try to get the head down. A little rock left and right. Good. Drop your right foot and left foot down to the mat. Roll over onto your right side all the way over. So we're onto all fours. Hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. Lift your knees, just hover them up off the mat. Really scoop and hollow the abdominals, lift the pelvic floor, and then lift the knees all the way up. Press into your heels, tailbone up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let the head hang, just relaxing the neck. Nod your head, yes. Shake the head, no. And then soften your knees, let your hands hang around the spine, and roll yourself all the way up to standing, articulating every joint. Shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, reach the fingertips, floating up onto the toes. Engage the core muscles, lift the glutes, relax your shoulders, and then swing the arms out to the side as the heels come down. And just swing your arms front and back to finish. Great, give yourselves a little round of applause. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, subscribe to Get Brooked Pilates on YouTube if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook just to keep updated with the schedule. And we'll hope to see you back again soon. Thanks, bye.